People in the comments, you do you. Okay, we're just gonna watch the video, and then you guys have your own judgments. Because I think it's funny, so we're gonna watch it because I think it's funny. I hear your voice. Someone help me. All right. 49ers Kyle Juszczyk calls out Grant Cohn in an insane way, according to thesfniners. You know it's real when this guy fucking posts it. You know it's real. All right, here we go. You guys watch it. You guys have your judgments. And I'm going to do everything in my power to just not say anything. Okay. I'm held to a higher standard with the channel. I'm held to a higher standard. It's you guys.
We have an interesting situation developing on our hands. No BS. Let's get right into it. So this is what's happening. The NFLPA just put out a statement effectively saying that they're trying to adjust the locker room rules. Let's actually read the statement first so we can get the context. The NFLPA says over the past 3 years, the NFLPA has tried to work with the NFL and Pro Football Writers of America to move media interviews out of the locker room. However, there has been little willingness to collaborate on a new solution. Players feel that locker room interviews invade their privacy and are uncomfortable. This isn't about limiting media access, but about respecting players' privacy and dignity. The NFL's current media policy is outdated. We, the NFLPA Executive Committee, urge the NFL to make immediate changes to foster a more respectful and safer workplace for all players. In the meantime, we encourage each player to ask for interviews outside the locker room during the week. This is from.
All right. So before I know I said I wouldn't say anything, but I just want to give my opinion on this. I 110% agree with this. I mean, yeah, I love getting my news as soon as possible. I love the fact that, yeah, we get more insights on the players through these interviews. However, if you think about the player in the situation, it's not right. I mean, they're changing. Sometimes it's just when they lost. So it's like 10 minutes right after they lost. Media members come in and interview them. Like, if I put myself in their shoes, I would not like that. I'd find it very disrespectful. Even though it's the rules allow it, I find it unethical, because again, there are times, and I'm not saying I'm not pulling a Grant Cohn here. Okay, that was a joke. But like sometimes you'll find players are naked or their personal belongings are on the shelf, right? And there's men and women in that media members who are not changing, who are not part of the team. And they could see everything that's happening around them. I could see that being very uncomfortable and invasion of privacy. And I understand that some will say, oh, but they're being paid to handle that. I get that. But there's a reason why there's an NFLPA. They're fighting for certain rights that even us as players as humans, we need to be treated like humans. Okay. Not as something in a zoo. And I agree with the NFLPA that because we still get player interviews from podiums, right? We still get player interviews from plenty of shows out there right now. We get plenty of content from players who tweet their own shit half the time. I don't think it'll be the end of the world. And I think it actually would be better. And I think the players would love it more and be way more inclined to talk to reporters if they just showed them a little more respect in this aspect. If they gave them a little bit more freedom in being able to collect themselves, being able to actually just get undressed and like mentally and physically get undressed and just focus on themselves. And then once they leave that room, they know, okay, you're dressed, you're ready, you thought it through, you know what to say, come out and talk. Something like that. I totally agree with this. I think that we don't need to be in that space. That space very, very specifically, right when they're getting undressed and shit. We don't need that. There's other ways to get our content from the players. There's other ways to get it. And one of them, I totally agree. We don't need this. Let's go ahead and finish the video.
A statement on behalf of the NFLPA Executive Committee. So I'll talk about that in a second. I have some thoughts on that. But boy, it got turned up a little bit right here as Kyle Juszczyk quote tweets this and says, maybe we can keep Grant Cohn from always hanging around our lockers while we're changing. this is my reaction, summed up in meme form. That is quite a shot from one of the most respected and regarded players in the San Francisco 49ers locker room. Obviously directed at one specific player or one specific member of the media. So, wow. I'll let you guys let me know what you think about that situation. You can let me know in the comments below. I'm not going to comment on that any further.
Brad's like, I'm not going to get in the middle of this shit, dude. He's like, I've been Switzerland for so long now. I can't be doing that. Okay, I can't be getting involved. Technically, this is 49ers news, and Brad is all about that. So he does have to report on it. But I do respect him for holding his standard and being like, all right, that's where I'm stopping.
I'm not in the locker room, so I can't speak to any of that. But I will speak to this right here. Again, I don't have a dog in this fight. You know, I don't have that particular access, so it's not no skin off my chest. You know, I'm not worried about that. And I've always thought about it from this perspective. As you guys know, I played football. One of the things I thought about and have thought about before was being a football player in the locker room in that environment where you have the cameras, especially after, like, let's say you had a play that you fumbled or you lost the game, and like right after, it's media, you know, in your face. It's been 10 minutes. You're an emotional wreck, and you have cameras and lights and microphones just jammed around your corner, just trying to get into why you failed. I've always thought about it from that perspective. I always thought about, you know, as someone who, again, I can't believe my job is speaking on camera, because that situation prior would just give me the worst anxiety, just thinking about it. And being in that scenario where one, not only did you let your team down, but now you have the entire media just waiting for you to kind of address it and talk about it and kind of whatever. So it's a double-edged sword, because I do think, you know, getting some of the media access into the building and being able to talk about the situations and ask more intimate questions. You know, I have been credentialed to cover the 49ers, and I've been in the auditorium, you know, with Kyle Shanahan. I've asked a question to Nick Bosa. It's a lot harder to get more intimate style questions in, where, you know, I think the locker room setting provides more of a casual conversation, and also the opportunity to kind of peel off and just do one-on-one.
It allows a casual conversation while I'm stripping. While there's a bunch of dudes around you getting naked and stripping and shit, it allows you to have a casual conversation, you know? Oh, that's funny. It allows a casual conversation, you know, just casual conversations in gyms and shit.
Ones and stuff like that. So I do think there is a benefit, but I also understand like what the NFLPA is saying in regards to like the privacy aspect of it. And again, you like win or lose, like sometimes it's like there's a time and a place for certain things, and so again, I don't have a dog in the fight because, you know, I just don't. But I do think that, you know, you could still get maybe a similar vibe as maybe if you had like a spot to do that. I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be. Yeah. But I do understand the concerns that the NFLPA is raising from a player perspective. Totally understand that. It makes perfect sense to me. Like that would be the last thing that I would be looking for. And again, you know, with, you know, some of the things that we're seeing with like this tweet and everything, like if there's a player or maybe like a member of the media that, you know, just makes things more challenging than they need to be, that also presents
Grant Cohn's out here making it more challenging than he needs it to be. That's pretty much what he's saying.
An issue for these players. So I don't know. Again, no dog in the fight in regards to what the NFLPA is talking about. But again, you can let me know what you think about the Kyle Juszczyk tweet and all that stuff in the comments below. I'll let you guys hash that out on your own. But let me know what you guys.
All right, so that's pretty much everything there. Like I said, I won't say too many comments. I already said enough as it is. But I will say big shout out to Brad for holding his standard and not getting involved, even though he easily could.